And as Penny the Pendolino speeds her way to London, yes, that was the nameplate, here we are at Oxenholme. And I thought I'd have a little run about here in the Lake District area today. So I'm going to be visiting all the stations on the Windermere Branch line. And I've looked at the timings, and I think it means I can get to Hawkshead Brewery around lunchtime at Staveley, I think it is, and try out the brewery pub as well. So, you know what happens on this channel, he always ends up getting a beer somewhere, so hopefully that'll happen. Anyway, so that's the plan for today. We're going to visit every station on the Windermere Branch line, so stick around and we'll see how it goes. Just outside the station is the Willen Food Hall, which was a fine discovery as the coffee and the huge piece of cake I bought were great. Anyway, let's re-enter the station. I hope these aren't the only toilets. You access the platform for Windermere via this subway, and there really are a lot of tourists about. Windermere seems to be a very big draw. The station here was opened in 1847 by the Lancaster and Carlisle Railway. It's no surprise that Sir William Tite is said to be the architect, as he is known for designing the other stations on the line at Carlisle and Lancaster. I quite like his Lake District vernacular style of this one. It almost looks like a row of cottages. Oxenholme is well served with mainline trains, northbound to Carlisle and then Glasgow and Edinburgh, and southbound to Manchester, Crewe and London. And here's our slightly late running incoming Class 1951 3-car CAF diesel multiple unit. I was surprised when they had 3 coaches on this service, but it turns out there really are a lot of connecting passengers. Right, I'll plonk myself here in this airline style seat, and off we go through Kendal to Burnside, our first branch line stop of the day. Everything looks very green, as it should be, as it's been raining quite a lot at the start of September in the UK. Now, it's just a 2-mile hop to Kendal, so we're soon there, and then pressing on a further 2 miles to Burnside.
Welcome aboard this northern service.
Both Kendal and Burnside are on the banks of the River Kent. Indeed, the line will follow the Kent as far as Staveley. We need to enjoy these views, because later on we're going to be joined by Storm Agnes, and things are going to get a whole lot wetter. Burnside station was opened in 1847, and the old station house can still be glimpsed behind this hedge. The Kendal and Windermere Railway was originally a dual track line, and Burnside had a second platform that faced the old station building, but these days we're down to a single track and a single platform. Our 195 crawls out of the station, as just beyond the platform there's an open level crossing with a fixed 5 mph speed limit. And here we are, and what a cute little place this is. And the station itself is well appointed with some seats, a shelter, bins, a taxi phone and a ticket machine. Oh, and there's also a help point, bike racks and some bins that would swing in the breeze if they weren't so full. This place feels like it's looked after. And the path up by the station house completes that pretty feel of this wonderful little country station. Right, well that was Burnside. Now the next one's going to be Kendal, and what I could do is wait here about half an hour and get the train back to Kendal, have some time in Kendal, and then I'll be going back up towards Windermere. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to walk to Windermere, because Google says it's about 50 minutes, so at my pace that's about 40, so I'll still have some time when I get to Kendal. So yeah, let's do a bit of walking and see what we can find. Well, this looks to be the way. Let's hope that that man running ran from Kendal. Oh look, there's another walker as well. Definitely the way. Well, it didn't take long to get to the town boundary of Kendal. So here we are in Kendal. Sadly, it started to rain. And so we pass onto the railway, and then I'm guessing there's a left turn. Well, I'm not guessing because I looked on Google Maps, didn't I? Well, this really is a delight to walk along the side of the River Kent. It's a bit cold and wet, so I pretty much have it all to myself. As I wander along, I muse that Kendal is probably now best known right across the world for Kendal mint cake, which has been made here since 1869. It's hardly a cake though, it's more like a minty block of sugar. I won't be buying any on this trip, you can be sure of that. As I stand on Victoria Bridge looking southeast down the river, I can just make out the ruins of the 12th century Kendal Castle. But I've no time for castles, I've got another train to catch. The approach ramp to the station takes us up behind the station house, and as I edit this I'm very sorry I didn't go down to the right and have a closer look at this huge building that was once the station. The tiny little stone building that is now on the platform includes a shelter and a ticket machine. Oh, that was a really nice walk back from Burnside, even though it's raining, and it is raining a lot. And yeah, Kendal, the old railway station here, must have been absolutely massive. Maybe it was part railway station, part hotel, I don't know. Anyway, I'm a bit concerned that it says that the next train is going to be going to Manchester Airport that way, when actually I feel that the next train from real-time trains says that it's the 12:43 to Windermere. So we'll see if it turns up. And it does turn up, and of course it's 195119 back again. This time slicing through the grim weather. I really am now looking forward to some lunch, a couple of beers, and mostly somewhere warm and dry at the brewery at Staveley. Let's hope they're open. So we creep to the open crossing, and then it's off up the valley of the River Kent, which probably looks wonderful in the sunshine. Mind you, even in this weather it looks pretty good if you can peer around the raindrops. And as we get further along, the Lakeland Fells rise up in the background. The village of Staveley itself rests at the foot of Reston Scar. We'll have a closer look at Staveley a bit later, but right now I just want to get out of this rain. Blimey, these steps are quite vertiginous and slippy. I would not fancy bringing heavy luggage or unruly small children down here. Ah, crikey, the weather's bad. But hey, we're walking down to Hawkshead Brewery, and hopefully they'll give me some beers to try. Yeah, Staveley, very beautiful. Just going down by the river here, and then back up the main road and turn right, and then we should hit the brewery. Staveley town is quite charming, and I'm already thinking it could do with a return visit. Yeah, that's a welcoming sign, so let's get up there. Great, the lights are on and somebody is definitely home. I bought a couple of different beers and my quiche is on the way. I'm already feeling an awful lot better. And would you believe it? Storm Agnes has now got the rain falling even harder. It is most definitely moist. Right, it's time to renegotiate those tricky stairs. Laid out on the information board, it shows that Staveley has a pretty good service. On weekdays, there's 16 trains a day in each direction, which are complemented by 18 buses. Not bad. Just like Burnside, there's a shelter, a ticket machine and some bin bags. But no cycle racks. I wonder why that might be. And that's Staveley done. Tick. And yeah, what a lovely place it is to stand here. It's a shame that it's pouring with rain, but you can just see the hillsides all the way round. and it's absolutely beautiful. What a lovely station. And yeah, the beer, brilliant. So started off with a mosaic pale and then went on to a half of porter. So you got, you know, the all the different flavors. Yeah, Hawkshead Brewery, excellent. And the quiche was a nice light lunch, just what I wanted. Next stop now, Windermere, and that'll complete the set, and then we'll rush back to Oxenholme. But yeah, right, let's wait for this train. It's going up there. Windermere next. Windermere was the briefest of stops, as I needed to catch the returning service. But there were so many tourists it felt just too busy after the quaint quietness of both Burnside and Staveley. And I must admit, the relentless rain was really starting to soak into my soul. I'd saved sitting on this side of the train for this return working, so let's see what views we can make out as we go along. There is a saying up here that says, if you can see the fells, it's going to rain, and if you can't see the fells, it's already raining. And just before Burnside, it's back over that open crossing at 5 miles an hour, and then we press on to Oxenholme. Arriving at Kendal, you get a better view of the stone waiting shelter and also a standard one right next door.
This is Kendal.
If you check the map, you'll see that the conurbation of Kendal now pretty much stretches all the 2 miles through to Oxenholme. And here we are at Oxenholme, just in time to be barged by the rude man who doesn't believe in letting people off the train first. There's a delayed TPE train just pulling in, and a few of our train's passengers run through the underpass to make a rather unexpected connection. And that was our all too brief look at the Windermere Branch line with a very, very quick turnaround at Windermere. And yeah, there's the train waiting to do its shuttle back again. I'm going to be going back down from platform 1, I think. Oh yes, I'm going to be leaving on platform 1 soon. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this little run around the Windermere Branch line and all the trains, and managed to grab a couple of halves on the way, so can't be all bad, can it? It's a shame it was raining so bad at the end there, but hopefully you got some idea of the beauty of the line. And yeah, if you've enjoyed it, then give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.